20 years ago, on Oktoberfest parade morning, Satchel was 3 years old, my son Satchel, and we had shipped him off to my sister's, Kathy, because it was time to have a baby. And Oktoberfest morning, Sequoyah Catherine arrived and made the family that much more complete. And she's grown into a wonderful young woman who's a teacher these days. She's doing great for herself. And she's a singer too, and who would have known? She's just naturally a gifted singer. She doesn't pursue it. She can sing. She just has it in her. And so thinking about this show and how to make it more special, I knew I wanted her to be a part of it. And so we come to the night, and I called her up on stage, and she killed it, and everybody was pleased. The crowd was going crazy for her, and I was grinning from ear to ear, and she was grinning from ear to ear. It was just fantastic having her next to me, and you can see the look on our faces when we're face to face singing in the same microphone. Joy.
I have to say something. Any of you know this guy, have seen him ever before? You will notice this little detail. He always performs barefoot. So let's do it, Dad! Yeah.
I had never practiced that song with him. Or with the band, or with anybody, or for anything. I just was like thrown up there, like, sure, let's do this. And with the rest of the band, it was awesome. I played guitar a little bit when I was a teenager, and don't really anymore, but I do sing, and I love to sing. I don't sing that much, but I am actually in a choir, funny enough, like a local choir in Viroqua called the Ridgetones. We have a concert coming up. You should come see it. I vividly remember I was probably 3, maybe, at that time, and he was playing guitar and sitting on the coffee table, like there was like a dining room to the living room, kind of a big archway, and I was like sitting on the floor, like looking up at him, and he's like sitting on the coffee table, just like playing his guitar, like in his world, you know, and I was just like, oh, Dad. I don't know what was so special about that moment. There was a lot of those moments just like that, but I guess that one stood out. Like I've seen people give him weird looks and like say things, and like it's no one's fault that they have this thing. It's their body, you know, but he's not ashamed of the fact that his body is this way. He's just like, no, this is just me, and this is how I am. And I think what he has to offer is, again, his positive attitude, you know, like, sure, little things are more difficult, but that doesn't mean you can't do anything. And he's like relearning the guitar and like more passionate about it than ever before. And I think that he just can inspire other people too.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. There's the third verse of Open Road where the line is, if you're lucky, Dad, then I'll be back right here in this town again someday. And Koya picked up on it and sang it right to my face and was saying it with the biggest smile. I wrote that song in sort of an angry manner when I wrote it to my dad. And it was, we didn't get along the best in life. And we had difficult times, more than we had good times, to be honest with you. And coming from Sequoyah, though, it was all heart. It was not, the meaning spun 180 degrees. She was so happy to be with me on stage, and I with her. So it was interesting hearing her pick up on that line and jumping in and singing. And I moved over and gave her space, because it was great that she did that. The irony of that, that's for sure. forget my searching. Thanks a ton, everybody. Click the subscribe button, and I appreciate all that you do for us. See ya. Super. That's great.